If you're not aware by now, an earthquake, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake, hit New Jersey, where it was felt in multiple states, including Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Maryland, Connecticut, and mainly in New York. Now, like with everything in 2023 and 2024, this just can't be a normal event. No, there were actual multiple bizarre things connected to this earthquake. Well, for one, multiple news agencies first reported this earthquake as being a 5.5 magnitude earthquake, which I believe because this earthquake is very rare for New Jersey. Now, I know some in California are saying that this is not rare for them, but in New Jersey, in the eastern states, this is very rare, where we have an earthquake that has started in South Jersey and is felt in multiple states. But like I said, initially it was reported to being a 5.5. Then it downgraded to a 5.0. Then it downgraded to a 4.6. And then it upgraded to a 4.8. It's not uncommon for a magnitude of an earthquake to change from when it was initially reported. But for the magnitude of this earthquake to change that many times to end up on being a 4.8, that's kind of suspect. I'm sorry, that's kind of suspect. Now, I know some people are going to say that, again, the magnitudes can change, but it's a little suspect that it ends up exactly on 4.8. Well, why is that suspicious, Minutes of Horror? What are you getting at? Well, a person who happened to comment on my previous video, her name is Tuba, made a really good point. That this 4.8 earthquake is only days away from the 4.8 total eclipse, the April 8th total eclipse. Now you may be saying, well, that's just a coincidence. That's just a coinkadinker, a dinker. Well, how many coincidences do we need in 1 month? Matter of fact, how many coincidences do we need in 1 day until somebody out there says, this is a little weird? We have the coincidence of what they're calling the Mother of Dragons Comet, the Devil's Comet, crossing paths with the total eclipse where you can witness it at the same time. Where in the same month, perhaps maybe even in the same day, 2 broods of different cicadas will just erupt from the earth, mainly in Illinois, where these 2 total eclipses from 2017 to 2024 will merge a black X on in Illinois. And as coincidence may have it again, CERN happens to be cranking back up. CERN is firing back up. Not just firing back up, but firing up their most powerful particle accelerator to date. Because the previous particle accelerator just was not getting the job done. Now this particle accelerator, they have 100% faith in. Just right before finding this mysterious ghost, this ghost particle that can only be seen in the 4D. Then again, like I've said in multiple videos, we have this red heifer sacrifice that may either take place during the total eclipse or may take place during the beginning of Passover in Israel, which begins on April 22nd. Now, just suspiciously 3 days away from the total eclipse on 4/8, we get a 4.8 magnitude earthquake that hit New Jersey, that it was felt in multiple states. But what does all this mean, Minutes of Horror? Nothing's gonna happen on 4/8. This is just another Y2K Mayan calendar 2012. The world is not going to end. 13 days from the total eclipse, we have this bridge collapse. 3 days from the total eclipse, we have this earthquake. This is nothing but a precursor to the rituals, this massive ritual that will be performed on 4/8. We have NASA shooting all 3 rockets known as a PEP under Project Serpent. A PEP is the devil. CERN is cranking back up, and look at the dance. Look at the ritual ceremony CERN is performing just right before it initiates their particle accelerator. These are supposedly people of science doing these weird dances and rituals, sacrificing people in front of their goddess statue. Yet what they're doing on 4/8 is only for the science. These people are doing nothing more than one of 2 things, either shifting us into another reality, an alternate reality, or they are opening portals to summon entities over here. I don't see anybody asking why everything ends on 4/22, April 22, at an awake facility. So before anybody says that nothing will happen on April 8th, well, it already is. They are letting us know something will happen on April 8th. It just won't be destruction, chaos that you're looking for, this Y2K event that you're looking for, but it's going to be more on the lines of, like I said, a giant ritual. Or a false flag might just happen in a specific location where all these people are gathered to witness the total eclipse. We have the National Guard coming out. News and media telling us to constantly prepare. Schools are closing. They might just cause a false flag event. You never know. But like I said, there is just a lot of coincidences happening in April, and a lot targeting this specific date or around this specific date. Now, another really weird thing that I have noticed about this earthquake that happened in New Jersey is that some people thought the earthquake and some did not. There were people even directly in South Jersey that stated that they didn't even know an earthquake was going on until they saw it in the news. The same earthquake that actually hit South Jersey. People in the comment section of my videos stated that they were in states near New Jersey and they didn't feel the earthquake either. Matter of fact, there is a host on The View, and I happened to see this because I was scrolling down on my YouTube, and this host stated that she didn't feel it either in New York, when other people in New York felt the earthquake. Someone even in my comment section stated that they are more interested in the people that did not feel the earthquake as opposed to those who did. This woman speaking at the United Nations does not even realize that the room around her is shaking. She continues to speak like normal as nothing's going on.
There is no sanitation to speak of. A community I visited had one toilet for 600 people. Women stood in line for 3 hours to make use of it. Schools normally form a spine of protection for children, a place where children can seek humanitarian services and normality.
Because you would think that almost everybody in South Jersey, if this is reaching out to other states, would feel the earthquake. But multiple people are saying they didn't feel anything. You might be saying, well, maybe these people were asleep. And no, many of these people were saying that they were up either cleaning, they were having breakfast, or doing other things around their home or outside, and they just did not feel an earthquake, and they were surprised one had even occurred. I mean, I could see if people in Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Connecticut, New York, there were some people in those states that didn't feel the earthquake, which some people stated that they did not in those states. But New Jersey, South Jersey, where it actually occurred, that is really weird. Now, I actually had another video planned for Sunday, which I'm hoping to release Sunday, since all this news broke out about this earthquake. But I've also been noticing some bizarre stuff coming out of the media as we get closer to this total eclipse. They are reminding us that certain things exist, like demon face syndrome, which was known back in 2020, supposedly researched in 2021, and yet we're just not hearing it from the media in 2024. But just not that. There was a news article released by New York Post and other agencies about giants, red-headed giants that are still baffling science today. Daily Mail, stunned archaeologists probe claims of giant skeletons in Nevada caves. Scientists still baffled from giant human skeletons up to 10 feet tall decades after initial discovery. An ancient skull unlike any human ever seen is baffling scientists and could rewrite the story of our evolution. So what are they trying to tell us? Demon face syndrome. Giants exist. Are they trying to tell us that soon we're going to be seeing Nephilim? Now, what I find odd is that people state that the Nephilim look like clowns. Back in 2016, CERN initiated the Large Hadron Collider. Back then, it was their largest particle accelerator. Well, in 2016, people were oddly spotting clowns all over the place. And then that just stopped. That just disappeared. But I'll definitely talk about that and more in my next video. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.